this is like a perfect success story, because I've just like asked you what makes your university life experience like more.
I want to go to Europe, but my heart is like mostly I love Middle East area, like, Middle East and Africa is like where my heart lies.
Any dish coming close in your mind right now?
Shawarma.
From this? Shawarma.
Shawarma,
So
when you're
Lebanese shawarma.
Yes. Having my mom and my dad in my life was the part that made it easier, I think, especially my mom. Thank you to my mom for all the effort that she did.
Hello, Mom. We're waving. Welcome again to the first educational podcast in Turkey Campus Podcast. Today we are honored to have Ms. Seda from Haliç University. We are going to know her more personally, and also we are going to know more information about Haliç University. Hello, welcome, Ms. Seda.
Hi everyone. My name is Seda. I work as a Director of International Relations at Haliç University, and I'm here to talk about myself, my experience as a student, and also my experience as a international office staff here in Turkey.
Okay, hello, welcome again. So how was your road coming to here in the middle of Istanbul?
Okay, so for those who don't know Istanbul at all, these people are shooting in the far ends of Istanbul.
Yes.
So yeah, it took me about 50 minutes to 1 hour to come here. So, but still, like, the roads were good. Everything here was nice. On the way, I listened to some fun music and danced. So I made it as bearable as possible.
This is great. But actually 50 minutes, it's pretty much like average in Istanbul, going from somewhere to another place.
I mean, it is considered actually good. So within Istanbul, if you can go somewhere in 1 hour, 1 hour means close. So for those who live in close proximity to their schools and everything, it may sound like a lot, but it actually isn't. Like, it's quite good when you're living in Istanbul to go somewhere in 1 hour. So, okay, I accept. The road was nice. I changed my answer.
Okay, thank you. Because we've made it, like we are living on the other sides of Istanbul and the other worlds and everything. And this is also correct, but I'm saying that Istanbul correct city and everything. So
exactly.
This may be normal in Istanbul. So we just we want to know more about yourself. Like, where are you from originally in Turkey? Where did you study university?
Okay. Sure. So from Turkey, I'm from a place called Kahramanmaraş, where the ice cream man. Exactly. Yeah. So the trickster ice cream man. Those are from where I am from. So you can understand the persona that we have. And I'm from there, but I've never really lived there. So I've been in Istanbul my whole life. So that's what I know. And other than that, I am 26 years old. I currently work at Haliç University. I graduated from BAU, Bahçeşehir, which is another university here in Istanbul. I went there in between 15 to 19. I was there. I did physiotherapy and nutrition together. So I did double major. So I'm a physiotherapist and a nutritionist. But I'm doing completely different in my professional life, which I think we'll get to why in a bit during our talk.
Yes. So in the first place, why did you choose physiotherapy and nutrition as a department to study in the university?
When I was ever since I was younger, actually, I thought that I was into, health sciences things. So even when I was a kid, if I had a Barbie doll, I would just take off its arm and then give it to my brother, tell him this is your child, it had a broken arm, you need to bring it to the hospital. I would be the doctor that would fix the baby. I never had this thing of putting it to sleep or whatever. My playing around was just around this. I actually still really like reading, research about all of these topics, but I realized along the way that I'm not really interested in being in a hospital setting, being around that environment all the time. It's perfect for some people. Some people really like to do that. I just like the research part more than I like the actual physical job itself. So I just found something that I would enjoy more later on. But especially when I was in high school, I really thought I was made to become someone that was in health sciences in this area, helping people in this way. That's what I thought. So I chose those departments. But if I could go back again, I think I would do my research better and try to find out if there could be other options for me. At that time, it didn't feel like there was anything else. But, as you grow older, the choices you make when you're younger just shift around with new experiences. So mine just happened to change along the way.
Okay. And could you tell us a brief about why does like people want to choose physiotherapy and nutrition as a department to study?
I believe they're actually both really cool departments. Like nutrition and physiotherapy, they have both different applications, but they're both research-based. They're both actually fun to study. At least for me, I'm a nerd, so it was fun for me to study. I liked my friends. I liked like having physical courses. So like you don't just go sit in a classroom and then learn and leave.
Yeah,
like,
not just theoretical, but also practical.
So yeah, the practical part was just important, or maybe more than important than the theoretical parts. So I actually liked, being around people, learning physically. That's something I do quite well, I think. So for me, they were both fun in different ways. I liked that there were, lab courses for microbiology and nutrition, and, I could learn about chemistry and biology and like all these different kinds of stuff. And with physiotherapy, there's all this like muscles and how they move and what they do, how they produce energy, all of these things really interested me. Maybe again it goes back to the research part. Like I really enjoy understanding the quirks of how things work, so that's why I actually liked studying up until the point that I graduated. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so in the university life, every student have different, like totally different experience other than the other students.
Yeah.
So what makes the like Seda's experience in the university different than the other students?
Okay.
You've mentioned that you were a nerd, as I understand.
Okay, so
okay.
I am a nerd, but
okay.
like this. So for example, I would count how many days I could miss still without failing, but then I could go and like get really good marks in exams. So I'm one of those nerds that everyone hates, but like I had the best, like notes of anyone in class. So people would come to me before exams like, can I take like copies of your notes? I never took them in class. I just liked reading. So I would read, research, and take notes 1 week before the exam. Everyone would copy it. And then like, I still keep them. Like I have great notes. I was that kind of a nerd. So I had the social life because maybe some of you can tell that I like talking. So like I had a social life, but I also liked studying and nerding before exams. So I was this half and halfway. And what made my experience special, I think, for my university directly, if students are, checking any universities, they can see BAU is a great university for international students, which I believe it still is. Our university was big. It had a big community of international students. And my journey of how I got this job and how I changed my ways also started during uni. So during my university time, I was doing summer school because I was doing double major, and I was studying with a scholarship. So I didn't need to pay for summer school. So every year, just to get rid of some of the classes that I would take
you were
during
taking extra classes.
semester.
Okay.
Exactly. So I would take them during summer. So this summer I'm taking courses, and then one of my friends is also taking summer courses. He started working in student affairs part-time. I was like, that sounds great. If there's any openings, I would come too, because like I'm already coming to uni. So I started working in student affairs after that. And through that, I got to know the international office. And the prevalence of people who can speak good English who are Turkish is not that high in Turkey. So like people can speak, but they're a bit shy and they don't really feel comfortable. And I was just, breezing through that part, because even in high school, I was involved in like ISEC projects. I was involved in we had a sister school in Holland. I was involved with them. I just loved doing projects and things like this. So I was really comfortable with English. International office saw me. We had a good interaction during student registration period. I love, bussing people around. I love being orderly. So I was like, this person needs to go online. This person needs this documents. I was, doing this, and they
good
liked
at,
what
like,
I was doing.
organizing things.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm a bit bossy like that. So they liked how I was working. So I started working in the international office after that during my actual fall semester. And through that one, while I was working there, I met the student committee. So I met them and they really liked me. So I started as a board member of the International Student Committee. I was the first Turkish person, and I believe maybe the first and last Turkish person to ever be present in the board of International Students Committee. So I started, there. I was in the club. I was in the board of the club. And then through that, I got to know like students from maybe 120 different nationalities, like thousands of students. It was really enjoyable for me. And along the way, I realized there are some missing things in the university. So like we were doing these projects, meeting the deans, taking feedback from the students, giving it to the rector, like
and
other
improving
units.
your working,
Exactly. I realized that there is a missing mentorship part of student experience. So I established a mentorship program for students, for international students. So like, we had more than 1,000 mentees and like more than 100 mentors that would take care of them. We gave them, information about the university, the processes. They would then go to their mentees, like newcomers, and help them out. So this was like the thing that shaped my student experience, I think, especially when it comes to international students, because I could see that they were struggling in some things that other students, Turkish students, didn't have to. Due to language barrier, being away from their family, coming to a new place and adapting. Like these are all harder things for someone who is in a different country that they have no idea about the language and everything. So I tried to do my part in the transition of the students to their new lives and tried to make it as familial and as fun as possible for them, this, struggling part. And I found my new career through those experiences.
This is like a perfect success story, because I've just like asked you what makes your university life experience like more special other than the other students, and then you started to like by studying double major, then like having a scholarship while studying, so you don't have to pay summer courses, and then you can like take extra courses and everything, and then like being a member of the board of the international committee in the university, and then working in the like student affairs international office, and then like and before all of this, you've mentioned that you are a nerd and also like love to study, but like managing to like skip classes, and also before the exams you are trying to like summarizing every like class, and then studying through this summary. Like all of us have been like wanting to do one of these all things during his university life.
People will hate me. Don't I sound so conceited when it sounds like I did everything and I succeeded. I mean, it was a struggle. I lost a lot of sleep. My mom was on the cusp of killing me because I was like never home. A lot of those things happen too, but I'm only talking about the good experiences. Yeah,
okay. But how did you like manage to do all of these things? Did you have like anything to like being more productive, any habits, any like system, any like an alien such a feature thing to do?
I mean, okay, I did all of those things, but it was always working with a team. So like none of those things I did alone. Like those were the chances that came along my way. I took them and I shaped them with a group of people that I trusted, I knew. So I think that's one of the things that really matters. Like except for studying, I never really did any of those things alone. Like there was always help, other people that I could rely on. So that was the good part. And I think I'm one of those people that, like if I want to do something, I'll lose sleep over it. So like I would sleep less. I would go to the office at like 8 a.m. I would leave at 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Like, I could spend the whole day doing what I liked. On the weekends, for example, I would take international students to basketball games. I, at one point, did a football tournament for international students. Like, I would dedicate my time to these things because it was actually fun for me too. So I think the reason why I spent so much time and energy on these is because helping people satisfied my soul in a way too. So it wasn't just like being selfless, but I was actually taking this, like the gratitude from people, the fact that they were having a good experience made me feel good. So I was doing it for myself too. So it didn't feel like I was, doing too much when it came to these. So that's why I always wanted to put more effort, because I liked how it made, an impact on someone's life. So this feeling made me really happy. That's why I continued on giving more and more. And I don't know how I managed, to be honest, because at one point in my life, I was doing a double major. Like I had my classes, I had an internship, I was writing my thesis to finish one of my courses, like one of my studies. I was working in the office, in the committee of the International Students Club. I was doing the mentorship program, and I was running the football tournament at the same time. So like it sounds like a lot of things, but I
Yes,
think
you've counted 7 of them, but there is also a personal life of you, like making food, making laundry, making like everything.
no,
and
I had my mom.
oh, you had your mom. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
the
perfect.
good part is home life was covered by
Okay.
my mom.
Okay,
If I had to
that
do
makes
the-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't have to pay rent. I didn't have to pay for, utilities. So that's why
Okay.
I didn't have to do any laundry, cooking, none of those things. Having my mom and my dad in my life was the part that made it easier, I think, especially my mom. Thank you to my mom for all the effort that she did.
Hello,
throughout
mom.
this.
We're
Hi,
waiting
Mom.
to you for me. Okay.
I don't think she's going to listen to this, but we don't know. She doesn't speak English. so-
Maybe she could she will hear the video and she will feel the emotions.
Oh, yeah.
like,
I'll just
going
cut
out
this
to the
part
video.
and I'll show it to her. If I look pretty.
Okay.
If I look bad, no one's seeing it from my family.
No, of course. So this means that she's definitely going to say this.
All right. You're being too good today with the compliments.
No,
okay.
no. I'm just
Let's
being
move
normal. So no, I'm just kidding. Okay. So how did you doing these all 7 things together and having 8 hours sleep a day, or just 1 hour sleep, or what?
No. I'm not a good sleeper. So
Okay.
I would say 5 to 6 hours a day is my usual thing. So yeah, I don't do a lot. I just hit the mic. I hope the sound is good. Hi.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
We're doing ASMR.
Yeah.
It's going to the ASMR
Yeah, of
vibes.
course.
Yeah.
Okay. And also love to be productive, and also studying,
Yeah.
and also getting high marks, but also being in the international committee in the university, and meeting different students from
Yeah.
different countries, and loving everything about different cultures. I
Yeah.
think this is the persona that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it
yeah.
gave me this good vibes when it came to meeting new people. As I said, I love talking, as it can be seen or heard.
No, not too much, I think. No, I'm just kidding.
I like
Okay.
being social. So some people shy away from saying hi to total strangers. I'm one of those people who go hi, my name is this, can we meet? You seem lonely in the corner sitting there. So I do that to people. So since I was that forward and there were too many people to meet to begin with, thousands of students,
Yes.
I really enjoyed my time there. I met countless people. Most of them are still my friends. Some of them stayed in Istanbul, in Turkey. They're working here after graduation. I still see them regularly. Some of them went back to their countries or other countries to work, and I'm still in touch with them. Because I believe when you're coming here as an international student, what happens is, okay, you leave your family and everything you know behind, and you're coming to a new country. So the people that are in your university become your new family, because they are the ones that you see most frequently. So if something happens, they are the ones you call. If you want to enjoy something, they're the ones you invite. So I believe the friendship that comes through is stronger when you're studying in a different country. So that's why all the friends that I've made there, the experiences they wanted to share and the things they wanted me to know, and they all wanted me to understand their countries, their cultures, their jokes,
Yes.
and their food. So it was just an all around experience for me that made it great. It was a pleasure to know them and got to know their languages, cultures. It just made my experience as a student more valuable. And I literally wouldn't change a thing if I would change my majors maybe. Except for that, I wouldn't change anything. Yeah.
Yeah, getting in touch with international people and getting in touch with people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's affecting your mentality, your vision, or your thinking design, thinking way of everything, in a good matter and a positive way. And also it giving you a different visions of the same topic. So you will be able to see the same topic through different windows. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's perfect thing. I participated before into like debating club, and there was like a lot of different countries in this debating club, and this is the first event that I participated in Turkey, and here where I find this international community that I can hear different things, because like growing up in the same city, especially if it's like small city, or I don't know about Kahramanmaraş being a small or big city.
I grew up in Istanbul. So
in Istanbul, okay, great.
Big city,
yeah. Big city, okay. So like growing up in a small city and then coming to a totally different, like open-minded or open like area to learn everything and meeting new people from all backgrounds, like, as I said, affecting your mentality and your vision and your future in a way that you wouldn't be able to imagine like before going abroad your country. So this is perfect.
Like, exactly. I think the university experience that I had outside of the academics, within the academics also, but especially outside of the academic studies, is what shaped most of who I am today. Like, really, it was... So I tell this to my students all the time now in Khaliij, like, do something. Just don't come here to come to classes and go home. Make friends, join clubs, create events, and like work in wherever you can, because really these experiences you have as students is just the best time, really. Like, I miss those days really a lot, even though still like my life is really fun. I have a great job, I'm traveling the world. But those days where, you know, like we didn't have to worry about anything but the next party that we were planning or the next big event that was happening, and, you know, like midterms and finals, and are we going to make sure this one happens or this is not going to happen? This person came to the office and they had to do this. Like, all of those things that I did as a student didn't seem like much. Like, it didn't seem to, like, I didn't think that it would matter as much into making me who I am today, but it really, really affects you. So having a like boring student life is just bad for you. So you need to also select your school or select your community or whatever you do. Like, for university, you have to make sure that you have a fun experience. No one else can like really bring this to you. You have to make sure that you create this environment for yourself. And I'm happy that I could do it. And I really like say this to all students, just like do something, you know, make this something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. So I think that's really important. That would be like one of the biggest advices I can give to anyone who was, you know, going to university. Just make it special, because no one else can do it for you. You have to make it special.
Okay, and as far as I understand, you like love to travel and to visit different countries. Yeah. So, like, how many countries did you visit before? And
I don't think it's that much now. It's like something 20s. I think it's in 20s.
Yeah, not too much. Like the average countries, like count that every student can visit. Yeah, of course.
I mean, like, I'm not a huge, like, I haven't traveled whole of Europe. So Europe is like my weak point. I know, like, for Turkey, especially, anyone who's traveling first, they just like, they want to go to Europe. But my heart is like mostly I love Middle East area, like, you know, Middle East and Africa is like where my heart lies. There are some countries that I would, you know, consider living in. And, you know, there are some that I fall in love with. And they're all just, you know, in this area. I like natural beauty. I like warm people. So for me, going somewhere and like meeting new people, and they're so excited to see you, and they want to give you this experience, all this food and like all this stuff that they want you to enjoy, and those things I feel like I'm not sure anywhere else, but especially in the Middle East and Africa, I feel this like welcoming feeling from the people. Like, they want you to sit down and talk to them and enjoy the food.
To feed you exactly. All the time.
Yeah, like they want you to eat all the food, and, you know, they smile at you when you're walking along the road, and they say hi, like not in a creepy way, like actually they are just happy to see another human being, and they're saying hi to you. Like, especially in, like, when I first went to Tanzania, it was like this feeling of, wow, like this place is beautiful. These people are so happy. Like, people are just so happy. They're smiling and they're nice to you. And, you know, like coming from Istanbul, going to another place. Okay, Istanbul is nice. People, once you get to know them, are nice. But there is sometimes the stress of like living with 20 million other people.
Yeah.
So like it's a big place. So sometimes people forget that smiling to someone or being kind to someone, letting them go first, and doing these things are just as important as, you know, anything else. But there are some places on earth kindness still exists because they're not living in this jungle that we call Istanbul or big city, like, you know, a cosmopolitan place. So it's nice to experience those places, meet these people, and, you know, get to know them. As you said, like, it gives you this new perspective, a new window to look at the world through. So yeah, I definitely love traveling. I would love to do it more. Hopefully soon I'll do it more.
Okay, we hope this as well. So do you like have any specific country in your mind that you have had like special like occasion there that you participated in, or like special any like experience, or you've loved the specific thing about the country or anything, or the people?
I love everything about everyone.
Yeah, okay.
There are some countries that really feel close to me. As I mentioned, like Tanzania is one of them. I was in love with the beauty, like literally. It's so beautiful, so green, so blue, everything.
Did you had the chance to swim in Tanzania?
Yes,
like
I swam
this
in the
is my
ocean.
dream, like swimming in the ocean
I'll
with
show
all
you
the
photos.
fishes and all thing.
Yeah, like white sandy beaches, perfect clear water, perfect skies, green background with the forest behind you. It's perfection. That was one of the places that I really enjoyed. I really love Lebanon for its food. Like, you know, the food, it's so good.
Okay.
I want to shout out to some restaurants, but I'll do that later. Like, you know, there are some places that I really have to go back to. And also, like, I have people that I know there. So, like, in Lebanon, I have a friend that I went to university with that I, you know...
that showed you all the places in Lebanon and everything?
He, like, picked me up from my hotel, took me to the, you know, like, areas that I wouldn't maybe normally go to because I'm not a local. So, the beautiful spots that tourists don't get to see, I got to see them because... Again, through my university experience, I had a friend there. So, you know, like, these are nice things.
Is there any dish coming across in your mind right now?
Shawarma.
From this? Shawarma.
Shawarma when you're...
Lebanese shawarma.
Yes. Barbar, from Barbar. Or like, you know, basturma. They have something like, you know how we have sujuk? I don't know. It's like this fermented meat thingy.
Okay, basturma. It's
Basturma,
also basturma in Arabic.
Yeah.
And also,
So that one, okay. So, you know, they had this place that made that. It was amazing. Sweets in Lebanon. And, you know, like, I'm Turkish. Okay, baklava is nice here.
Yeah, of course.
But I love Lebanese baklava more. Like, you know, I know, it's shocking for a Turkish person to admit this is like, you know, betraying their country, but it's just better
to all the ones who is watching us right now from Turkey and have tasted before Gaziantep baklava, so sorry, I have to be like this.
I'm sorry.
You have to try Lebanese baklava before.
Yeah, it's really good. Halab is really good. Oh God. And sweets. I'm like, by the way, my experiences of everything is just based in food. So like I came back from Morocco 2 days ago. For example, Morocco is one of those places that I love. It's just the vibes there. Like, people are so fun. They're so welcoming. They have fun all the time. Like, you know, they don't worry about menial things, like things that don't matter really, like the traffic, the fact that something happens. They're like, nah, it will pass. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's a great way to live, because for Turkish people, I think we're just more anxious people. So like, anything that goes wrong, you're like overdrive. But for them, they're just
like
having
chilly
fun.
people.
Exactly,
more,
they're chilling. Like, it doesn't matter that much, because literally it will just go away in a couple of hours. So no need to think about it. Food is nice there. Music is nice there. Those people know how to dance and have fun, you know?
Yes.
Like, I've attended an event. It was like this Moroccan wedding themed. The music, the dancing, the people. It was so fun. This time they made it really special. That one was amazing. I actually like my experience of Egypt. Like, really? Hawashi and kushari.
Yeah, of
those
course,
are my, you know, those are my winners. And also, like, I have so many friends there. Like, literally, whenever I go there, I meet like 20 people that I know already. So like, every time that I come, they're like, okay, welcome back now. Like, let's do this, let's do that. We got this experience. We get to sit down and talk. And I really enjoy my time there too. So like, that's one of the places that sticks with me. Yeah. Indonesia is really fun.
Except the transportation in Egypt, except the streets and everything.
Crossing the road. So if you go anywhere with a car, first of all, also they drive like crazy people. I don't know how you survive within the lines of traffic in Egypt. My God, like Cairo especially. I'm not sure about other cities. Like Alexandria was also a bit, chaotic when it came to traffic, but it was much more comfortable than Cairo. Cairo, man, I applaud anyone that survives the day, really. Like, the roads are crazy.
Actually, as I've mentioned before, this is some strategy of our country to not be occupied, because like if there is any country wants to like occupy us, they will have to pass through the streets before coming to government and occupy the country. So actually, this is not like a disadvantage. This is a successful strategy for us, and also it's like a competition for people to like crossing the streets in Egypt. It's like a competition. If you cross the street, this means that you have the skills of decision making in the right place and the right time to cross the street. Like you have to be like more careful in your life, because like you can waste your life with one simple like accident with a car, one simple stop. So actually there is a lot of skills that you can learn like crossing the people. This is how we like train our people to be like more like professional and efficient in life.
Okay, that was great explanation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but still I was scared for my life.
Of course.
I applaud you for all of this,
Okay, you.
amazing strategy.
Yeah.
But, think about the innocent people that didn't come to conquer the city and just tries to. But, like I had nice people that would, be like, okay, just go now. And like they stopped the road, stuff like this. Yes. And my friends, when they were driving, I was like, please don't murder us. So they were like, slowing down.
Yeah.
But still, like, you just know the way. Like Egyptian people are built different for this. Yes. So I applaud them. And I want them to show me these skills. I would one day want to learn. So I'll have to go back to Egypt for this. But yeah, Egypt, the pyramids, like it's the coolest thing. As a kid growing up, like Egypt, pyramids, the mystery, how was it built? Did the aliens come and do it? Like to see that also. It was a great experience. I will never climb inside of the pyramid ever again, because I've never been so, I don't know, it was like the hottest experience. It was like going into a sauna that was just like times 20, I think, because it's in the desert. And it's actually, I went in August. I believe August to the pyramids. Yeah. I know I was stupid.
No, you're not stupid, but actually you have to like work with an air conditioner with you if you want to like visit the pyramids in August.
And I have like, I'm kind of tiny bit claustrophobic, a tiny bit, I have asthma a bit, and I have like this panic attacky side. So at one point while I was climbing in, like, like folded into half, I'm climbing like this. I was like, if I can't go back now, like people are coming behind, there's no way I can go back now. If I pass out and can't breathe, because that's what happens when I'm having a panic attack, no one can save me. Like then I was like, okay, you have to climb, do not start now, you can breathe,
you can do this, like encouraging you and everything.
I have a photo with my friend at the top. She and I were both like, our eyes are just looking at different sides, we're sweating out of every orifice. It's so pretty. I'll show it to you when we're done. Okay. But yeah, it was a whole experience. I'll never forget it. Okay. And my second time around, I was just, like a bit more experienced. I knew. Yeah.
You were giving like advices like, about like visiting, aging, everything.
Eat it there. Koshariya, Tahrir Square. I was like, this. Perfect. Yeah, I was doing that.
Moving on to Khalid University. Actually, every university has its own atmosphere, has its own features, has its own student experience. Like talking with different students, with different, like studying in different universities, every one of them has its own like experience, its own friends, its own like things to do in the university and everything. So we want to know more about Khalid University.
Like in general, I think, at least I hope, we've established some ways that I think students are enjoying their time there, especially for international students. As I told you before, like the environment I wanted to create was your family away from your family. So like there should be this camaraderie, this friendship, this like this feeling of these people are here for me. So that's what I wanted to provide for the students, which I hope that I did to a certain extent. I mean, the community itself is growing, which is like, it's like seeing your baby grow. Because when I came, there was really nothing regarding international students, international offices. There was barely any students, and like we came, and now there's more than 2,000 students from so many different countries. Like to see this community building and these people becoming friends and joining clubs, and like actually we now have something called HISA in the university, which is Haliç University's International Student Association. Like, you know, they are starting this, they're taking initiative to like create a better environment for other students. Like to see all of this is so nice, and I hope in some ways that I have some part in how they're shaping their community today. From as far as I can see, I think the students are enjoying their times. Of course, like with everything, they're going to have problems. So there's always like good and bad things happening at the same time. They will not be able to, I don't know, talk to the secretary of the faculty one day, but I'm anticipating for problems that I can solve. So like, I just want for students to have a good experience. So usually they know that if they face anything, they have a place they can go to ask for help. So what we promise to students is not that they're gonna have like, you know, rainbows and I don't know, ponies kind of university experience. They'll have good days, they'll have bad days, but on the bad days there will be people holding their hands and helping them. So like, this is the kind of message I want to give to students, and I think I'm filling the role of an older sister that is like, you know, helpful for them quite well. That's my aim. And other than that, they understand the importance of social life and community building. I think we are getting, you know, like good pupils that really want to make a difference. A lot of them really want to make a difference for other people, for themselves, you know, like developing themselves, making sure other people are coming along with them and, you know, having good experiences. So like this HISA and all of those other things coming along, it has been great. There's lots of opportunities within the university itself, like for events. We have, you know, like a conference hall that can fit 1,200 people, so you can have a great big event. Or we have, you know, like an amphitheater within the university, like outside actually, where you can sit down and have a concert. And, you know, like they do their iftars. They did an iftar event this year. I couldn't go, I was so sad. But, you know, like every year I try to go, like to see people, you know, being together in these kind of times is so nice. Like some students who've never fasted before tried it, and like, you know, like just to get into the spirit of things. I think it's a good way to share cultures, these kind of events. They're participating in those. We have, you know, like a swimming pool, so you can have, you know, you can swim in the university or have, you know, these tournaments. There's a basketball or volleyball or tennis court, so, you know, you can do those kind of things. There was recently like a football tournament between universities, 7 or 8 universities. International students had like a football tournament. It was really nice. Like our guys lost in the second match, but still, you know, they participated. Okay. It was nice. Like they felt important because, you know, not just within the university, all of those other universities have these students that want to have good experiences too. So like, you know, I like that now. We used to be connected, but maybe not as much. But like now, all of these students from different universities and different backgrounds are like, you know, like telling each other, oh, we have this event. Why don't you join us? We do this. Why don't you become a part of this? Like all of those things are just so nice. So like they are social. They're reaching out to each other. They're building a community within Istanbul, which was a dream of mine, like to have events like for multiple universities, bring together all of those people. So it's good to see that they are doing that. So I think the vibe that we tried to create, which was take initiative, make it yourself, make sure this is your place, that these are your people, that you make this your home, your family, has been happening within the university. So it makes me happy. And the good part is, if someone is not having this experience and if they feel left out, they know that they can knock on our doors and ask for anything, and there will be people that could help. So we try to provide this like friendly environment, this helpful environment, and they don't feel shy about coming to us with their problems. It doesn't have to be, you know, university related. There are a lot of people that go through bad things or things that they can't fix on their own. So it's good to know that, you know, they have some people in this country, in this place, that could hold their hands. I really want that for our students. So I hope they are feeling that comfort and happiness, and
Okay, tell us more about the diversity of the programs that you have in Khalid University.
The good part is, like, when I first started working there, a lot of the departments got turned into English. So the good part, we have like engineering, business, health, medicine, an opera program. Like, we have a conservatory, we have a sports sciences faculty, we have architecture, arts and sciences. Most of the things that you want from a university, you can find it within the list of programs that we have. And as I said, the good part is they're mostly in English. So, it's good for everyone. As I said, like, there are some departments that are especially unique. Okay, like, most of the universities have engineering, biomedical, software, computer. They have business, international trade, and all of these departments. We have them also. There's physiotherapy and nutrition and medicine. Like, we have those also. But we have, for example, theater program. Our conservatory was the first private one within the universities in Turkey. So, like, a lot of people that you see on TV, some of them actually studied at our university. So, like, you can see some links. Like, it's good to see that there's fruitful beginnings for lots of people, like graduates actually, thriving and finding jobs. That's really nice to see. And it's departments that, like, for example, I wouldn't have studied because I have zero talent. Like, theater, opera, classical music, or, sports management and recreation. I don't even know what they do in recreation, but some people are studying it and they're loving it, So there are some of those unique departments that you can't really find anywhere else. And that's why, like, our campus has a lot of opportunities for students. So, like, if you're playing an instrument, you can definitely find what you're playing being taught or being practiced somewhere. So we have that in university. Or if you're playing a sport, I think there's like more than 36 different branches of sports teams within the university. Like, I don't even know half of them. And like, they put out these flyers in the beginning of the semester. This year, like, our team that went to the tournament for Turkey, national tournament for I think youth whatever thingy, there, two of them were international from our university. Like, this was the first time within the history of the university that international students made it to the team that was going to the tournament. I was like, yes. Finally, like, we did it, they're here. So, like, there is, of course, professional teams that go to these national or international tournaments. There's also opportunities for normal students to, join the football club and actually play too. But specifically, like, these things make me so proud because it shows that they've become a part of the university. Because one of the things that I struggled the most when I was a student was for people to accept that international students were just as other students. There was no difference. So the reason why I tried so hard was to make sure that within the dean's office, they could go and talk as if they were a Turkish student too. It didn't matter if they didn't speak the same language as most of the people there, but they needed and they deserved as much as other students. So seeing that they made it to the team is like, okay, like, they deserved the spot and they were actually given it. Like, this feeling makes me so proud because sometimes it happens, like, sometimes they get less opportunities because they don't speak the language or they don't they're not from the same culture as you are. So, like, sometimes people do slight the, like, Turkish people more than internationals. It's a reality. It will happen to someone that comes here, but my aim was to eliminate it as much as possible for my university, and I think we achieved at least some of that. So I'm happy. Like, it's a work in progress. I will make sure no professor ever speaks Turkish in class and no one ever, has to communicate through Google Translate. Like, these are the things that are my aims. So we'll see if I can manage them by the end of my career. But yeah, I definitely like that, students are involved in such things and they have opportunities.
So back to the university life, like most of our students were like after coming to Turkey, they are meeting with people who are already from their country and like grouping with them and like living all the university life with them and don't get the chance to meet another people from other countries and just like live all the magic that you've talked about. So as Turkish person, do you have any advices to to like give the students to
Yeah.
be more like engaging with the Turkish people,
Mhm.
to understand their persona,
Yeah.
maybe adaptation period in Turkey and everything.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely, like, I understand why they do that, because it's more comfortable to speak your own
Yeah, safe
language.
zone.
Like, you eat similar food, you speak similar languages, you come from a similar culture, so it's easier. But easy always doesn't mean good. So yes, I believe they should. I say this to all the students, like, make yourself uncomfortable, put yourself in a situation where you have to meet people. It's fun. Like, really, it's fun. Once you do that, once you break the barrier, kill the shyness and make the first move, then you're gonna have like a good time. So that's one of the things they should be doing. But in the beginning, at least, like, people like to stick with their own people, because it makes the transition easier for them. Like, for example, in my university currently, we have students from 97 different countries. If you include Turkey, 98. So to experience all of those cultures, to try all of their food, to try all of their TV shows or listen to their music, it's a very condensed experience. Like, you get all of these people in one place, which is your university. And like, it's not that many people. It's only like 2,000 people that you have to meet, or less. I mean, if you meet 98 people in total, you can meet all of those people.
Yes.
But like, if you want to make it a good experience, let's say you meet 200 people, you go to one university event and try to talk to people. That's it. You can learn a bunch of things that you can never experience. I don't know, like, for some people, visiting 98 different countries will never be possible. Even for most of us, it won't be possible. So at least to try and understand those people, to meet them, to see the way they act, listen to the music they listen to, eat the stuff they ate, talk about their life, is just something that you shouldn't miss out on in life. Like, we live in such short periods, 70, 80 years. That's nothing in the timeline of humanity. So to waste it away on the things that you already know is just sad. So they have to make it exciting. They have to meet new people, and that's one of the things. And to do that, you have to join clubs, go to classes, and actually say hi to people, create events, work in the university. Once you do those things, it's just like, it comes naturally, because you open up the conversation to someone when you're in one of those places doing something, because then they feel comfortable to approach you too. It's not that you're approaching people, but they approach you too.
Studying in different universities, every one of them has its own like experience, its own friends, its own like things to do in the university and everything. So we want to know more about Khalid University.
In general, I think, at least I hope, we've established some ways that I think students are enjoying their time there. Especially for international students, as I told you before, like, the environment I wanted to create was your family away from your family. So like, there should be this camaraderie, this friendship, this like this feeling of these people are here for me. So that's what I wanted to provide for the students, which I hope that I did to a certain extent. I mean, the community itself is growing, which is like, it's like seeing your baby grow. Like, because when I came, there was really nothing regarding international students, international offices. There was barely any students. And like, we came, and now there's more than 2,000 students from so many different countries. Like, to see this community building and these people becoming friends and joining clubs, and like, actually we now have something called HISA in the university, which is Haliç University's International Student Association. Like, they are starting this, they're taking initiative to like create a better environment for other students. Like, to see all of this is so nice, and I hope in some ways that I have some part in how they're shaping their community today. From as far as I can see, I think the students are enjoying their times. Of course, like with everything, they're going to have problems. So there's always like good and bad things happening at the same time. They will not be able to, talk to the secretary of the faculty one day, but I'm anticipating for problems that I can solve. So like, I just want for students to have a good experience. So usually they know that if they face anything, they have a place they can go to ask for help. So what we promise to students is not that they're gonna have like rainbows and ponies kind of university experience. They'll have good days, they'll have bad days, but on the bad days there will be people holding their hands and helping them. So like this is the kind of message I want to give to students, and I think I'm filling the role of an older sister that is like, you know, helpful for them quite well. That's my aim. And other than that, they understand the importance of social life and community building. I think we are getting, you know, like good pupils that really want to make a difference. A lot of them really want to make a difference for other people, for themselves, you know, like developing themselves, making sure other people are coming along with them and, you know, having good experiences. So like this HISA and all of those other things coming along, it has been great. There's lots of opportunities within the university itself, like for events. We have, you know, like a conference hall that can fit 1,200 people, so you can have a great big event. Or we have, you know, like an amphitheater within the university, like outside actually, where you can sit down and have a concert. And, you know, like they do their iftars. They did an iftar event this year. I couldn't go. I was so sad. But, you know, like every year I try to go, like to see people, you know, being together in these kind of times is so nice.
Having a day from the morning to like after courses, like where would you be able to go in the university? Would you like hang out?
If I was a student, there would be lots of opportunities to chill in a lot of places. So like, you know, I come in the morning, I go to my class. Okay, perfect. After my class, there is terraces that are up from the buildings, or you can go down and sit in the cafes area. So there's a place we call Istiklal, which is the street that is famous in Taksim.
Yeah, Taksim.
So like we have kind of like this area where like all the faculty buildings are lined up in one straight line. There's like, I think 7 blocks on each side, huge blocks. So like this whole street is like lit up on the side, and it's like so this nice area. This is
connecting all the buildings, and all the students from all the departments can meet in the common area. How can I apply to Khalid University if I want to study any of the departments that you've said, or like experience more like the experience that you've talked about? How can I apply to Khalid University?
Okay, so everything is quite easy actually. If you believe that you can do it all by yourself, you can. Which is it's online, but then there are people on the wall. It's mentioned some names here, Turkey and campus. Like you can get help from people too. So the good part is they help you for free, I presume, right?
Yes, of course, for free. Yeah.
So they help you for free. So like you can do everything on your own. But there are also people who are there to help you. So you can get in contact with Turkey campus and like get information through there, and then they can help you make your application, or it's online and you can go on the website and you can make your own application too. It's totally depending on you, but you know, like for me, I like the idea that someone is helping you, because then you can ask them questions. Like you can ask the university too, but this person that is dedicated to you, this educational consultant, can help you with your visa questions. Then they can help you with like, if they're from your country, they can help you with, okay, like, well, how is it there? Did you have a hard time? Like, is there any Egyptian restaurants, for example, for you? Let's say someone comes for you. Like, they can ask you, is there any nice Egyptian restaurants here? Or is there any community that I can become a part of? Is there, like, other people like me that are there that you can introduce me to? So, like, it helps students feel more relaxed when they have someone helping through. We try to do the same thing for them. Like, we try to make it comfortable. It's an online admission. We have a WhatsApp line that's open all the time. We have Instagram channels that are open all the time. Telegram open all the time. Emails we check daily. So, like, you can reach out to us too. But there's also other people that are catered to your cultural and personal experience, so it's good to have someone helping, I guess.
So I'm so happy and honored to have you here, and also I was so excited to like make this episode since the beginning of our podcast program, as I've mentioned before. So
I'll express.
Thank you. Okay, great. So as our last question, like I want you to imagine Seda. She's an international student, high school student, or like after high school, she is living abroad, Turkey, and she's dreaming about studying abroad her country, and also like experiencing the international or multinational like environment and culture and universities and everything abroad her country, and she's like a little bit concerned about coming to Turkey, whether coming to Turkey or not, or like going to another city or another country, or like studying a specific department, or like changing this department to another one, like the whole trauma that we've lived before the university. So I want you to imagine this persona, and if you are be able to like give an advice to her, like an older sister, as you've mentioned before. So what could you tell her as a message?
Hi everyone, or hi Seda, that's younger and doesn't have any idea about the world. Okay, so the thing that actually I would give advice on is the fact that nothing really matters that much. When you're younger and you're making a decision, it feels like the wrong one will kill you and it's the end of the world, and it really isn't. As time passes by, you understand that not all choices are as destruction worthy as you think it is. So especially selecting your department, like, and coming in and realizing maybe it's not the right one and you need to change is not that big of an issue. We're still so young. Everyone's so young. Even me, your older sister. Like, you can find the thing you're passionate about. So settling for less is never good. So you have a chance to find it on the first try, which is great for some people. But if you can't and you want to switch around, it's all right. So finding the correct one is asking a lot of questions. Make sure that you go through and ask people what their experience is like to understand it to the fullest. And once you make your choice, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes you can change it too. That's one of the things. Coming for Istanbul specifically, because I've had my experiences here, or for Turkey, I guess, like for the rest of them, I'm sure every other city is nice, but I can only talk about Istanbul. When I travel, whenever I come back, I actually feel happy here. Okay, it's chaotic. It's a lot of people. There's much confusion sometimes regarding how you should navigate your life around here. But Istanbul it has an aura that I have not experienced anywhere else yet. So there is this beauty to this city, this life, this excitement to this place that I don't think I can experience anywhere else. So anyone should be able to come and experience this. They should be experiencing the people, the culture, the loudness, the crowdedness, the calm moments, and the, like cold and everything that you can in here. So that would be one of the advices I can give about Istanbul. I'm sure around the world there's lots of good places, there's lots of amazing cities and countries to see, but Turkey and Istanbul especially is definitely worth a shot. I mean, Napoleon Bonaparte did say if the world was one huge country, the capital would be Istanbul. So throughout history, some great people have seen some great potential in this place and tried to conquer or, like use it as the location for their, endeavors. So definitely we should follow in their footsteps and check Istanbul, give it a chance. And I don't think they will regret it. And as a student coming to a new country, you might have some doubts, but as a country, it's not that scary. I think we are helpful people. I think it's the Middle Eastern, this vibe in us that like is, you can ask for help and people actually will help. So you don't have to worry about, you will have to worry about, you don't have to worry about being alone, because you'll definitely find people that can help you along the way. And hospitals are for free for students. Transportation is cheap for students, some of the things. But yeah, like if anything happens, at least you'll have people that you will feel comfortable with around here. And a lot of things, as I said, are really affordable for students. So financially, you wouldn't have to worry as much. Universities have diverse communities, so you can find your own people or find new people, so you wouldn't be alone here. Knowing that you're not the only one struggling, and there's other people that are just as scared and just as ready to learn and adapt to these things is good. So you can make friends that are as scared and as anxious as you are, and you can just build a community together.
I was so excited to this episode, and
Thank
also
you.
I was so happy to like having you personally.
Thank
and
you.
Also from Halit University, and also to talk about Halit University, of course.
Thank you.
And we are like looking forward to make more collaboration with your university and with you.
I'm gonna do the
And
vlog.
Yeah, of course. And we would be more than happy if you like come again and participate in our coming events.
Let's see how the people take it. So if they like me, I'll come back for it. You know, like if you were a YouTuber, we would say, press on the thumbs up button to see if I'll come back again. You know, like we'll do the same thing here. If you like me, let them know and I'll come again. If you don't like me, don't let anyone know because my heart will be broken.
Okay, this is perfect. Okay. So dear brothers, sisters, friends and family, we've come to the end of our episode. So I don't know what can I say in the outro. So
okay, please. So what happened was he got so tired from sitting here we've been recording for 16 hours. No, so let's wrap it up here. Thank you so much for having me, Omar. And thank you so much to Turkey Campus for providing a environment where we can talk about all the things that we did. I was happy to join along and actually be the first one, apparently, to start this journey. So thank you so much for having me and hopefully see you all soon next time. Bye.